So hi all, in this lecture we are going to classify a function whether it is concave, convex or neither at the points of optima. So for that we have to find out the second derivative of the function, and if the second derivative of the function is greater than or equal to 0, then it is called convex function, or that point is at the minimum. And if the d square by dx square, that is the second derivative, is greater than 0, then it is called strictly convex. So I repeat, if the second derivative is greater than or equal to 0, then it is convex, and if it is just greater than or greater than 0, then it is strictly convex. Similarly, when the second derivative is less than or equal to 0, then we can say it is a concave function. And if it is less than 0, the second derivative is less than 0 or second derivative is negative, then we can say it is a strictly concave. So in this example, we can say like for the convex and concave, we have this equal condition. That is d square by dx square less than or equal to 0, it is said to be concave. And this second derivative is greater than or equal to 0, then it is said to be convex. So there is some confusion related when what will happen when the second derivative is equal to 0. That's actually a tricky part of this finding whether the function is concave, convex or neither. But if we get like a second derivative as a positive term, then we can conclude it as strictly convex, and if it is negative, then we can conclude it as a strictly concave. But if it is equal to 0, we need to make further investigation to find out whether it is convex, concave or neither. So we will start, that is if we get a maximum, then we will get concave. That is if this second derivative is greater than 0, then it is minimum, and in that case it is convex. If the second derivative is less than 0, then it is maximum, then we can say that function is concave. At the point of inflection, we can say it is neither convex or concave. The point of inflection case will appear when the second derivative equal to 0. But not all second derivatives equal to 0 can be a point of inflection. That we will learn in this today's section, how we will solve this second derivative equal to 0 issue. So first let's solve this question, that is find the location of the stationary points of the function f of x is equal to x cube minus 3x plus 2. Find out whether the function is convex, concave or neither at the points of optima. So first they ask about, we have to find out the stationary points. So in order to check whether function is convex, concave or neither, we just find out, first step is to find out the stationary points. So we have to find the location of any stationary points of the function. And one thing you have to be taken care of this, we are now dealing with single variable. That is, here we only have one variable, that is x. The method is entirely different for two variable function. So now we are going to deal with single variable function. So in order to find out the stationary points, first step is you have to find out the derivative dy by dx. So here this single variable function, we can set it as y equals x cube minus 3x plus 2. So we have to find out the first derivative of this, that is dy by dx equal to x square is x cube becomes 3x square and 3x becomes 3. So this is the first derivative of this particular function. Next we have to set this first derivative equal to 0 in order to solve for x, or to find x we set this first derivative equal to 0. This is equal to 0. So what we will get? Equal to equal to 3 x square equal to 1, hence x equal to positive 1 or negative 1. So we get two values for x, positive 1 and negative 1. So we have to set this value of x to find the value of y. That is, here y equals x cube minus 3x plus 2. If we put x equal to 1, Control C, when x equal to 1, what will we get? Y equal to here all x we converted to 1 cube minus 1 in 3 into 1, which is equal to 1 minus 3 plus 2 equal to 0. 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. So that is the case when x equal to 1. Similar case for when x equal to minus 1. Since we get two values for x, we have to do it, find the value for y for both the values of x. So in this scenario, minus 1 cube minus 3 into minus 1. So the equivalent answer will be minus 1, minus into minus plus 3 plus 2. So the answer is 5 minus 1, 4. So what we get? We get the stationary points as 1, 0 here, and here we get stationary points here we get stationary points minus 1, minus 1, 4. So we get one stationary point as 1, 0 and other stationary point as minus 1, 4. This is how we find the stationary points of a location. So now we can classify whether the function is concave, convex or neither. For that, the first step is to find the second derivative of the function. Second derivative is d square y by dx square. So the first derivative is 3x square minus 2. From this, the second derivative is 6x. 6x is the second derivative of the function, and we can substitute the obtained stationary points to this second derivative, that is 6. We get second derivative as 6x. 6x is equal, if we substitute the value of x, then we will get 6 into x has we have two stationary points. So when we consider this particular stationary point, what we will get is 6 into 1. We are here substituting the value of x, so we get 6. So from this, the d square y by dx square is positive or greater than 0. That is, here the d square y by dx square is greater than 0. That is, when d square y by dx square is greater than 0, then we can call it as strictly convex. So here what we will get the final answer as strictly convex. And here we have another stationary point. We have to consider the both one. So in that scenario, if you keep 6x equals the value of this stationary point is -1, that is the x value is -1. So what we will get is -6, that is a negative value, or d square by dx square is less than 0. So from this it's clear that if it is greater than 0 then it is strictly convex, and if it is less than 0 then it is strictly concave. So this is how we solve a problem based to classify a function into concave and convex or neither. So we here consider the single variable function, and we just check the part of whether it is a non-zero, that is if d square by dx square is less than 0 or greater than 0, we will follow this method. But if it is equal to 0, then the method is entirely different. So next question we will look into the case of d square y by dx square equal to 0. So consider the second question. Locate the stationary points of the function y is equal to x cube plus 1 and find out whether the function is convex, concave or neither at the points of optima. So the steps are the same as we explained in the previous question. So first we can write this equation y is equal to x cube plus 3. So dy by dx, that is first derivative is 3x square and its second derivative. So first derivative is 3x plus square and the second derivative is 6x and the third derivative is 6. So why we did all those things, that I will explain now. So first we have to find out the stationary point, that is the first step. So stationary points. So for that we have dy by dx is equal to 3x square and we have to equate this equal to 0. In order to find the value of x, we have to equate the first derivative of 0 and we get the value of x equal to 0. So here we get only one value. So the corresponding y equals, if we get x, we have to find out the corresponding y value also. So the corresponding y value become, substitute the value of x, that is 0 here. So we get the y as equal to 1 and the stationary points x comma y is 0 comma 1. So this is the point we got as stationary points. So this 0 comma 1 is our record stationary point. So now we find out the stationary points. Next we have to classify whether it is convex, concave or neither at the points of optima. So for that what we will do, we will find out the second derivative. So we find out the second derivative, that is d square y by dx equal to 6 and we substitute the value of x in the second derivative. So we get x is equal to 0. So 6 into 0, 6 into 0 equal to 0. Here comes the twist, that is here we get d square by dx square is equal to 0. The second derivative is 0. So from this it is clearly understood that if it is positive then it is minimum, if it is negative then it is maximum. If it is 0 then we were in a dilemma whether it is maximum or minimum or point of inflection. That is similarly if it is the equation, if it is positive, that is if it is greater than 0, then it is convex. If it is negative, if it is less than 0, then it is concave. But for both conditions there is something like equal to condition. So what really will happen when the second derivative is equal to 0? We can't completely say like it is maximum, we can't completely say like it is minimum, or we can't say like it is a point of inflection. So we want to check whether it is convex, concave, or neither. So what we have to do is we have to find out the third order derivative. So we first calculated the first order derivative to stationary points, and second order derivative to classify it as convex, concave, or neither. Unfortunately the value we get is 0, so it requires further investigation. So what we are going to do now, we are going to find out the third order derivative, that is d cube x by dx square. The 6x is the second order derivative, obviously its value is 6 is the third order derivative of 6x. So here what we get a non-zero value. Oh good. If it's a non-zero value, then directly we can say it is point of inflection. So the answer to this question is neither concave or convex. So this is actually happen when this derivative, second order derivative equal to 0. We have to find out the third order derivative, and if the third order derivative is a non-zero value, then we are in a safe zone. We can conclude like this is a point of inflection, and the answer is neither concave or convex. Here is another issue. What will happen if this dqy by dx square equal to 0? What will be the answer for that? So we need the further investigations. So that we will do in the next question. So now we can check to the next question, that is locate the stationary points of f of x is equal to minus 16 minus x raised to 4. We have to find out whether the function is convex, concave, or neither. So first we write the equation, let y is equal to 16 minus x raised to 4. This is a single variable function. We are dealing with a single variable x. So next we have to find out the stationary points. For that first we have to find out dy by dx. So dy by dx is 16 minus x raised to 4. So we get 4x cube, and we have to equate this into 0 in order to find out the value of x. So which is equal to 0, and the value of x equal to 0. So what we get here, we get x is equal to 0, and now we have to find out the value of y. Y is 16 minus x square. So if you put the value of x0 here, and the obtained answer is what is the obtained answer? 0. Sorry, 16. 16 minus 0 raised to 4 is equal to 16. So we get the stationary points as 0, 16. Now next step is what we can classify it as convex, concave, or neither. For that we have to find out the d square y by dx square. So we got dy by dx is 4x cube. So d square y by dx square is equal to 12x square. It is 3 into 4 is equal to 12. X raised to 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. And we have to insert the value of x to this equation. So what we will get, we have our value of x is equal to equal to 0. That is, we got stationary point as 0, 6. So value of x is equal to 0. So the second derivative equal to 12x square. When we put the value as 0, then you will get as 0. So what we will get, the d square by dx square is equal to 0. So we need to perform further investigation. So for that survey, we have to check whether it is point of inflection. So we find out the third order derivative, that is dqy by dx cube. So here dx square by dy square, that is second order derivative, is 12x square. So from this we get the third order derivative as 24x, and we have to put the value of x, that is x is equal to 0. So when x is equal to 0, what is dq by dx square? The value is again 0. So that is 24 into x. When x is equal to 0, the value is again 0. So here there is an issue. In the previous case, we get as non-zero. That is, the third order derivative is non-zero. So we conclude like point is point of inflection. But in this case, we get the point of derivative is again a 0. That is, third order derivative is again a 0. So we can't conclude it as a point of inflection. We can say we have to check whether it is concave or convex. So we need a further investigation. This further investigation is so what is the further investigation we are going to do is we take this stationary point control C and control V, and also we take this original function. So what you guys have to do is, whenever we are dealing with this further investigation, that is, whenever you get the second order derivative as 0 and the third order derivative as 0, then what we have to do is we have to consider this original function and the stationary points. In the proceeding steps, we are not considering anything about the first order, second order, order or third order derivatives. When on the further investigation, we are just considering the stationary points and also along with our original function. So the first things we have to do is we know the x equal to our stationary point, x equal to 0 and y equal to 60. So now we are going to pick two values, that is greater than or x and less than x. So since x is equal to 0, we check our new x, that is new x equals greater than 0 1 and less than 0 minus 1. Since x value is 0, we check new x, that is 1 and minus 1, and I am going to substitute this value to your original function. Y is equal to 60 minus x raised to 4. Control C. So when new x equal to 1, what we are going to do, 60 minus 1 raised to 4, that is equal to 16 minus 1, that is 50. Okay, then next is when new x equal to minus 1. So here what we get is new y. Okay, and here another new y, which is equal to 16 minus minus of 1. whole raised to 4, which is nothing but 16 minus 1 equal to 50. So in this scenario we can check the condition whether it is a concave or convex. For that, what we have to do is we have to check if both the new y coordinate, that is here we get the new y coordinate as 15, is less than or equal to a stationary point, then it is maximum. So here our new y coordinate is 15. So our new y coordinate is 15, which is less than or equal to our stationary point. Our stationary point is 16. Yeah, that condition is correct. If it is like that, then what we will get? We will get as a maximum or a concave. And if both y coordinates greater than or equal to stationary point, then it is minimum. We can consider it as convex. So here we get the new y coordinates, that the new y coordinates which is less than the stationary point, the new y coordinate which is less than the stationary point y, then we can say it as a concave function. So the parameter is, the first we consider the new y coordinate which is less than or equal to stationary point, or the new y coordinate which is greater than or equal to stationary point. If it is less, then it is concave. If it is greater, then it is convex. So in today's section, we check whether a function, a single variable function is concave, convex or neither. So for that, first we find the location of stationary point. So first we find the stationary point. In order to find out the stationary point, we first perform the first order derivative, then we equate it to 0 and find the value of x, and we substitute the value of x to the function and find the y. So this we finally get the stationary point as x and y, and next we have to classify the stationary point to find this point is maximum, minimum or point of inflection, or convex, concave, or neither concave or convex. So for that, what we have done is we find out the second order derivative and we substitute this stationary value to the second order derivative, and if it is positive or it is greater than 0, then we can say it as minimum or strictly convex. If it is negative or less than 0, we can say it as maximum or strictly concave. And here the issue must be arrived when this d square by dy square, that is second order derivative, is 0, then it can be maximum, it can be minimum, or it can be point of inflection. So we need to proceed with the further investigation. That is, if the second order derivative is 0, then it can be concave, it can be convex, or it can be point of inflection. So when the second order derivative is 0, we find out the third order derivative and we substitute the stationary point value, that is this x value, to the third order derivative, and if it is a non-zero, then we can say it is point of inflection, that it is neither convex nor concave. But if it is equal to 0, then we need further investigation. That is, we have to pick 2 points on the either side of x. That is, if x is equal to 0, we have to find out 1 and minus 1. If x is equal to 1, we can take that point as 0 and 2 and substitute that value to the original function. That is, like when we consider this portion, we are considering only the stationary point and the original function, and we calculate new y coordinates, and if the new y coordinate is less than our stationary point y, then it is maximum or concave, and if it is greater than the stationary point y, then it is minimum or convex. So the same method, this same method is used to find out the maximum, minimum or point of inflection, and also the convex, concave or neither convex or concave function. The same method can be used for finding out the both things, that is to find out the minimum point, maximum point or point of inflection, or to find out the concave function, convex function, or neither concave or convex function. We can use this same method.